A prison guard ignores an inmate's complaint of chest pain and he dies overnight. Is it a case? The real issue here is whether it's negligence, like the officer makes it just an honest mistake, versus intentionality, where the officer intentionally ignores the inmate's complaint. If the officer doesn't hear him, doesn't understand, it's not properly communicated to the officer, then that may not be a case. But if it's a scenario where the inmate is clearly communicating to the guard, hey, I'm having chest pains, or grabbing his chest, or saying something where any reasonable officer would know that this guy needs immediate medical care, and the officer is intentionally ignoring the inmate, and it's definitely a case we would take. And while it's definitely a case we would take, I would just put the caveat on that sometimes these cases are amongst the most difficult to prove because obviously the person so they can't testify. The officer is never going to admit that he knew that the guy was having chest pains and ignored him. So it means you're going to have to either prove your case through circumstantial evidence, which is very difficult to do, or you're going to have direct evidence from another inmate, and it's going to be very hard to get a jury to believe another inmate because they're an inmate. So in review, is this a civil rights case? Well, if there's intentionality and they ignored the complaint, then certainly it could be a very good civil rights case.